Hey everybody, welcome to another status report where we review the past, look to the future. This time around the sun, we are looking forward to July. Let's do what we do, how we do, and first take a look back at June. Quite good. Quite a good month that June was. Start of summer not only, but also got a lot of stuff done. We started and finished Homebody. It wasn't a long playthrough, but don't be shocked if in December when I release my Game of the Year, end of year Game of the Year video, Homebody is my Game of the Year, because I thoroughly enjoyed that game. I really like that game. Very well made. Story was great. It was creepy, atmospheric. Puzzles were great, satisfying to solve. I loved that game. That's really up there in the upper echelons for horror games for me. I really dug it. We also finished Hollow Knight. I thought that was going to be going on a little longer. I don't know. I did say in the Grim Troop video, like, oh yeah, next up is the other DLC. Well, I did record a little bit of that DLC. Turns out it's not a story DLC, it's just a boss rush, which is fine. That's great. The game has a ton of great bosses. We just never got to most of them in our playthrough, so a lot of them weren't unlocked. So there was really no point of like, oh, we do one of these runs and then it's like, well, we can't do this next room because, well, we haven't fought this one boss. So there's no real reason to do a Let's Play. In my off time, I've been playing a little bit more. Still trying to figure out what to do for a rerun of that game, a redux, what achievements we can go for. The problem is the hardest ones, which are the most tantalizing ones, if you haven't noticed with the Hunting Achievements in series, I go for like the more hard ones because that's a more interesting watch. Like we did Resident Evil Village hard mode, the hardest difficulty in that game, and that was a fun time because it was like, oh, it's very difficult, but you have to take a different approach to the game, and that's what made it fun. Hollow Knight, on the other hand, is a permadeath run. I'm not a big fan of permadeath runs in video games, especially one that took me, let me check my notes here, almost 30 hours to beat in Hollow Knight. Yeah, not looking forward to maybe getting to the final boss and then dying and having to do the entire 30 hours over again. Not really looking for that. I do want to replay it, but there's other stuff on the table, right? I mentioned months ago, like, yeah, we want to do Hollow Knight and then play Hades. That'll, spoilers, maybe not in July, because there's a bunch of stuff we're getting through, but we'll get to that. Speaking of that thing that I just mentioned, let's talk about it now, I guess. We started our super special awesome secret Let's Play by starting and finishing Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. That was the series I've been wanting to get through for quite a while, and with the announcement of Storm Connections this year, question mark, sometime, when this goes up is actually the same day as Anime Expo, and Bandai Namco have said, oh, we've got announcements for that as well as some other games. So by the time this goes up, maybe we have an actual confirmed release date for that game. I'm very much looking forward to it. So hopefully it is not delayed, because they announced it and we're like, yeah, it's coming out 2023. Well, we're currently halfway through the year and there's no release date, but they're sticking to their guns, being like, 2023, man, it's coming out, don't worry about it. Kinda worried that it's not gonna come out this year and it's gonna get delayed, but we'll see. We also started our journey of becoming a Street Fighter 6. That game is incredibly fun, incredibly good, well made. Shocker for a AAA title made in 2023, but you know what? This year has been the year of like, does this game run on modern consoles or modern computers? We'll find out. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that game. So, we started that journey. More videos to come. Spoilers for later in the video. Weekly Fortnite Show had its new season. If you've been watching those videos, you can tell I'm not quite into this new season. The Battle Pass is meh at the very best. And I'm just kind of, I think I'm kind of getting burned out on it, right? I've been playing the Revelation in, like, I think the first episode back. That, oh, I've actually been playing this game for a full year now. I started in Chapter 2, Season 3, or whatever we're at, or whatever it was, and now it is like Chapter 3, Season 3. It's been a full year, a full rotation around the sun. Once more around the sun, some might say, of playing and making Fortnite videos. So it's kind of dragging. Like a lot of the new guns are just like, meh, whatever. So I'm kind of getting burned out on it, but we'll discuss that in a little bit. Something that was not expected for June was XDefiant Open Session. I was not anticipating that game getting a open session so early, because I know at Ubi Direct, or whatever the hell that thing is called, their E3 replacement, they said, they dropped the news of like, oh, by the way, it's coming out this summer. When previously before they were like, it might not come out until 2024. So I was kind of like, okay, we've got some time. It'll be in the oven a little bit. No, they dropped the open session on every console. I played a lot of it. And yeah, it was great. I can't wait for a full release. Don't know if they're going to do another open session. If they do, well, expect more videos of XDefiant, because I really enjoyed that game. Didn't want to play too much of it. I only did 2 videos. But that's because I didn't want to get burned out on it. I didn't want to like, oh, play it all the time, play it for hours and hours and hours. And just be like, I don't know if I want to play it at full release. I played it just enough to get a good taste of it. And now I'm eagerly awaiting more. I want to play more of it. I want it now. But they're working on it. They're doing great stuff. They're very open in their communications about it, which is weird for any game, whether it's a first-person shooter or any multiplayer game, to like, hey, here, we're being open and honest about it. Look at it. Here it is. And they're serving it on a platter for us to see, like what they're changing and stuff. That's really cool. Let's talk about the month that is about to, well, this is going up the 1st, so it's already, we're already in that month. It's July. July is the month. Yeah. Main Let's Plays. The Shippuden Storm Trilogy. We completed Naruto Ninja Storm 1. Well, there's 3 more to play, and they are of the Shippuden variety. They are the next saga of games. The first video went up. I don't know if there will be another video. I'm trying to stockpile. I'm doing stuff on the other channel, by the way. Link in the basement. Go check that out. It's Dead by Daylight content. Subscribe if you want. So that is continuing. Naruto is continuing. Bigly, that's like the main thing through all of July. Because it's a big series of games. They're basically RPGs at this point. Storm 2 is more or less an RPG. I don't think it's gonna take longer than Storm 1, which I think I was about 8 to 9 hours. I literally booted it up, recorded that first episode, and it was like, oh, you played already for like 8.5 hours. So 8.5 hours, 9 hours, that's probably all the Storm games. But that's taking up most of the time in July, right? Then, if I can like stockpile enough of those, we will finally get to the Dead Island playthrough that I've been hyping up and talking about for months now, wanting to get to. We will finally get into it. Maybe, I don't know what my plans are for October. Alan Wake 2 is coming out late October, but other than that, no freaking clue. There's a couple things I have written down. Maybe these games happen. I don't know, honestly. I don't have a real plan for October outside of Alan Wake 2. And like I said, that's like the tail end, like the 3rd week of October. So, maybe we hit Dead Island 2 then. Hey, Future Will here, quick addendum. I finished recording this, and then Callisto Protocol tweeted out, hey, the DLC's out now. So, whoops. Expect Dead Island to be delayed again. I promise I'm gonna get to it, it's just everything keeps coming in the way of it. For some reason. So, we're gonna hit the Callisto Protocol DLC, see how Jakob's journey ends, and then Dead Island. Yeah. Yeah. Also, sometime this month is the FNAF Security Breach DLC. They haven't set a release date, they were just like, it's July. they haven't updated anything else outside of that trailer that they dropped. Which was odd because they dropped that trailer and then at the Sony Direct, they dropped the trailer for Help Wanted 2 and I sat back and went, what do you mean there's a sequel to a game that really didn't need a sequel? That you can't really have a sequel to because Help Wanted covered FNAF 1, 2, and 3 with elements of 4 and Sister Location. The only thing after that is, let me check my notes here, Help Wanted, oh that's a coincidence, and Security Breach. It looks like they're doing just Sister Location, like the main Sister Location stuff, because it only had hints of FNAF 4 and Sister Location, so maybe they're going full steam ahead with just doing a complete recreation like they did for FNAF 1, 2, and 3. I have no clue, but Security Breach DLC is sometime in July. I don't know when, but when it drops, we'll play it. From what I've seen, it is supposed to be dropping like same date and day on Xbox as it is on PlayStation. Hopefully that's the case. They really haven't said anything about it. So, you know, my hopes are tampered down quite a bit. But that is for the main Let's Plays of the month. Like I said, quick recap. Naruto Storm Trilogy, Shippuden Trilogy is the main thing. That's what you're going to be seeing most of the time. Dead Island will get in there if I can kind of stockpile Storm games. And then Security Breach DLC, Ruin, is sometime July. I don't know. Weekend vids. Definitely more Street Fighter 6. I'm labbing and doing stuff in that. There may or may not be a special 4th of July episode that I actually just like said out loud in the first Manon video we did. It's Guile, because he's American. He's the most American in that cast. So it's gonna be Guile. It's gonna be Guile. It's gonna be Guile. I'm trying to learn Guile, and it's not really clicking at this point. So it might just be me just dying constantly and getting perfected because I'm not sure how to play Guile. But it should be an experience, that's for sure. Yeah, there'll be more Fortnite. I'm not completely leaving the game, but as long as the game gives me things to do in it, then that's fine. Like the weeklies that we're kind of going back to basics, where it's like, oh, it's the weekly. All right, let's go fart on this character. Haha, 4,000 experience. Huh, good, great, wonderful. We'll still visit it. Maybe not as often as we do. I am kind of just sitting on, like, going back to check out the Ultimate or the Unreal Engine stuff, because it looked like there was a lot more added, so we might go there 1 or 5 times throughout the season. Because again, the battle pass is meh, the new weapons are kind of dumb, overpowered. Apparently there's a new one that's coming in that does like 200 damage on 1 headshot, and it's a shotgun. Who's making these rules, and why are they so bad? Getting a little burnt out of Fortnite. That'll lead to the last thing on this list, so... and that'll be like 30 seconds. The Return of Paladins, Gold Experience, yes. I wanted to get through it, or back to it, I should say, in June, and... just... everything kinda was better, right? I was doing Hollow Knight, playing Homebody, and then from there, I was putting a lot of time into Street Fighter 6, doing the World Tour mode. I did the quick review of that, and then I was getting back into Fortnite, and like, man. And then finally the time was like, Ninja Storm, we can do Ninja Storm. And then when I'm like, oh, I guess this week will be when we get back to Paladins. No, XDefiance open session drops. Yeah. Yeah. Bad timing. Bad timing for everything. They currently have their anniversary thing going on, where it's like if you play 12 games, you get a free skin from a past battle pass. We might do one massive episode of just playing that. The problem is they took out the only good mode that they had, which was choose any, basically team deathmatch, but you could have any number of any set hero on it, and it was like champion, hero, legend. What the fuck are we called? Heroes. No, champions. Champions of the Realm is the tagline. Yes. Whatever. But Choose Any was basically TDM, Team Deathmatch, and you can have any number of the same champion. Now it's just regular TDM. I don't even believe they have regular TDM. I haven't, like, checked. But that was, like, the easiest thing, because, like, when making a video, you go, oh, we're doing this intro. Ha, we're playing this guy today. And then you load into a lobby and somebody hard locks that character right away. Well, I have to dodge the lobby because, well, I'm not gonna sit and play a game and record footage I'm not gonna use. That's just dumb. And it was dumb of them to remove Choose Any. So, it's been a little bit hard to get back in the game. But we will do that. Maybe or may not, including a special 4th of July episode. Oh! It's Americon. It's gonna be Con. Right? He gets an American skin called Americon. And it's just this voice of Joe Swanson, and it's the best skin in the game. Plus, like, his gun, when you shoot it, there's a bald eagle doing reps, fucking weightlifting. It's gonna be fun. It'll be fun. Yeah. And the biggest thing of this video, we're returning to Halo Infinite. Yeah, I'm gonna jump back into Halo Infinite. Because I was gonna do it actually the last season, but that battle pass, much like this current Fortnite battle pass, is dog doo. I looked at the skins and everything and it was like, that is not worth my time nor my money. This one, however, looks pretty cool. So that actually should be a video that goes up before this. The gameplay you're watching is probably it. Just to make a roundabout of type of things. So, yeah. We're gonna return to Halo Infinite. I like it. I thought it was fun. We'll see how, if it's, I don't think it's changed at all. So, we'll see that. That is the stuff for July. I hope you are excited, as I am, to get into it. I hope you are excited for the Naruto Shippuden Storm Trilogy. Dead Island finally here. Security Breach, whatever the hell that is. And just more of everything else. Like I said earlier, go check out the second channel. Go by Daylight, it's in the basement. Dead by Daylight content. In August, it's gonna kind of switch over to being Texas Chainsaw Massacre content, because that game comes out in August sometime. But for now, it is Dead by Daylight content. Nicolas Cage is coming out at the tail end of July, which is buck wild to say that Nicolas Cage, the actor, is going to be in Dead by Daylight. And we're gonna play the hell out of him. Also, we're just wrapping up the Survivor achievements videos just in time for him to be released. And we're going to be starting back up with the killer achievement videos. And then we got some plans after that. So, go check that out. Spread the word. I do appreciate it. But for now, I want to thank you all for watching. If you're excited about anything that I just discussed, super kick the like button. Check my channel for more videos I've done. If you see, hit subscribe. And until next time, goodbye.